Hi, and welcome to the very first stream from the Darts Place, which will soon become We Just Love Sports, and I'll explain why. Now, hi, Juanita. Thanks for joining from WA, young lady. And got a question for you. How does it sound and look? Because this is the first show, and it's only coming off my phone at the moment. So, do you see any issues with sound or video? So if you are live, you can chat away, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and we can have a chat. And all good. Thanks, Juanito. Thanks, Hutchie. You'll see Bruce Hutchinson there live, the king of the bull shooters. So what I thought I'd do is I'll go through a few things first and give you a heads up. If you can, so what I've got to do now that I know that everyone's sound and everything is spot on. Thanks, Hutch, for the nice hat. Yeah, the Suns did well beating Richmond. If you're not totally sure or over AFL, the Suns, who have been struggling, which is the Gold Coast team, beat Richmond, which were last year's premiers, and they did it quite comfortably. So we'll be talking about that later on. But what I've got to do is take the headphones on, because I look a dick with the headphones on, with these ones, and won't be sick. So what I want to do with this is, it was initially going to be just the Darts Place, but as a few of you do know, I do have some health problems, and they are, as you can probably see if you've got a reasonable screen, eczema. And that was one of the things that was stopping me doing YouTube, because I don't like getting the abuse that I normally get when people see me like this. And also there's a fair few untrained dermatologists out there. I've had eczema since I was 6 months old, and no one's been able to fix it over the years. So, as you probably saw a tweet, I bit the bullet and said, stuff it, I got to do YouTube, and hopefully I can help someone that has anxiety issues or whatever doing something like this, and get it done. So this is going to be a regular show. It's always got to be on a Monday when the Super Series or a competition is on with the darts, because we're mainly focused on darts. You got to see us go live around about 8:30 every night, so that we can go through the draw. Excuse me. So, and then from there, because I love my AFL and golf, we'll go through and how good a day was it today for Australian golf, with 4 wins overseas in golf, and then young Ben, now Juanita is a WA boy. Ben, I think it's Corsons or Cousins or something like that. He just won the current stage of the Tour de France. So Australia sport's going well. We just need to see this start to transfer into darts. And that will happen with the likes of Dame and Header. If you have a look down the bottom of the screen at the moment, I'm running across. The bottom is where the boys are situated going into today's tournament, and I'll get into darts a little bit later on. So this is the golf segment part, and this is all the Aussies that have won overseas this weekend. So you had Cam Davis, he won on the PGA Tour, and then you've had a few of the other boys and girls win as well. But the whole purpose behind this is, when I was growing up, I always wanted to be a sports journalist. I ended up being a sports photographer, but wanted to be a sports journalist. And with the eczema, I've got degeneration in the neck and a fracture in my neck from AFL. I've got disc disease in the middle of my spine from the amounts of cortisone that I have had and still on. And then I got degeneration through the back and hips, so I can't actually work. So because I do love my darts, and darts is sort of the only sport that I can play, that's where the Darts Place came from. And then because I do love sport, we'll move this show over to We Just Love Sports. And that will be its own YouTube channel. And if you still love the darts and you only want to hear darts, what we'll do with this particular shows is we'll drag it down and then I'll edit it so that there's only the darts section that'll go into the darts place. But if you're happy to everything to switch across to We Just Love Sports, I'm quite happy to do that as well. So this is going to be a lot driven by you. And then when I get set up with the next stage, which should be next week or the week after, where I'll have 2 cameras, then I'll be doing live reviews on equipment as well. So that's the other part to it. And in that, you can ask questions and I'll answer them and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And the main part in tonight's show is the draw for our first draw for people that have subscribed to our website, which is thedartsplace.com.au. If you go there and subscribe, you'll be in the draw that we have every month. And this month, if I can get it all right, are these bad boys. So these are the ones that I demoed, and I thought they're a pretty good giveaway. They're a great dart. The only reason they didn't get any higher when I rated them was the price. But not only do you get the darts, you get the 3 size whoop-de-doos RVB flights and the 3 sizes of the Pro Grips. So that's all part of that, and we'll be doing that a little bit later on after I go through some of the stuff on darts and a little bit of the footy, a bit more of the footy. So I've got Dart Connect here, and I've got to keep refreshing it. You'll see me look over. I've got 2 screens running here. I've got one that has all the fancy bits and then one that has comments and Dart Connect, so that we can see. And hopefully, normally at about 8:30, they will do the draw for today. Hi, Dom. Good to see you online, mate. Thanks for sharing the love and being a part of the show. Really appreciate it. Now, everyone I've seen here is on Facebook, which is good. So if you are on YouTube, you can still make comments on YouTube. I'll be going into no draw yet. It should be around about 8:30. They normally do it 2-3 hours before they start. I haven't heard back from PDC to let me know. Now the other side to it is that just put in the comments. Yes, I'm pretty sure you are, that you're all subscribed to the Darts Place group. And if you are subscribed to that, this is where I'm going to most likely feed the Facebook feed into the group, because I want that to be a little bit more special, where it's darts people that can really focus. So, and then I did a little bit of a Q&A of what you actually do and don't like in other sports. So there's a lot of people who like AFL, NRL. There's some people who are just sports crazy. So further ado, if you can do what's on the screen for me, whether you're at Facebook or at the end of the show, I'll put a link to the YouTube page, We Just Love Sports. And then if you go and subscribe and do the like and hit the notification bit, then you'll get notified when we do go live, because there will be times where it is spasmodic. And then if you actually know that it's going to come out Monday, but I'll put up things and bits and pieces. So if you could do that, really appreciate it. And the other one I want to give a shout out to before we get into everything is these guys here, Bullseye Darts. Now, I know a few of you use other ones, but Bullseye have been kind enough and they help me with the products that I test and review. So that's really good. And I must say that I've been using, this is a bit of a shout out to Shots, but I've been using their dartboard and it's very, very good. I think it's better than the Winmore, just quietly, but that's just me. So, with a further to do, let's do what most of you are here to have a look at, and that's talk darts. So, there's a quick shout out to, I think it's pronounced the Gooch family. Stephen Gooch passed away suddenly. It's a little bit scary when the people are the same age as you. But a shout out to his family, and I know that the darts world has, passed on their condolences, and we do here as well. And hopefully, the nickname I'm giving you guys online are the Tungsten Tossers, and and to the Tungsten guys as well from here in Australia. Now, the other one is a bit of a shout out for an Aussie player, Mick Lacey. Now, as you probably know and see and everything, these guys spend a fair bit of their own money. You may see them have sponsors, but the sponsors don't always give them cash. And that tends to only happen when you're with the likes of Target and you're a Michael Van Gogh and Rob Cross and the like. So Mick's he shouted out to me, he's got a few of his shirts still available for people to grab. So he's got medium to 4XL, and they are not his up-to-date current shirt, they're his previous shirt. But they're a good, sexy looking shirt. I'm just seeing if I can pull this up. So I'll just quickly, I've got it up, so I'll just quickly see if I can do this for you so you can have a quick look. She's not going to come up, which is a bummer, but I'll put a link to the shirts. They're $45 plus postage, but if you don't know Mick, he's had a bit of a tough run in the DPA tours. I think he's out of the last four finals, he's been runner-up 3 times, but good player. He's been on stage before. It just gets some money into his pocket so he can keep on pursuing his... Thanks, Juanita, for subscribing on YouTube. Did you do the We Just Love Sports or the darts place? But it doesn't matter. We'll get you there whichever way. But, so that's a bit of a shout-out for Mick. Now, there is a little bit of news about Simon Whitlock. Now, first of all, if you have a look where he's situated there, he is ranked 45 coming into the World Match Play. Now, he's on... he is on, I think it's about 20-odd thousand. So he's 45, he's 18,250. Now, to get to where he needs to get to, he needs to get this weekend to above 25,500 without Matters Rasman winning any coin and Simon getting at least 10,000. Can't see him do it, but I think this is going to be the first time in his PDC career that he misses out on the match play. GG's ranked 94 and can't make it, and same with Dave Evans. Now, Mick Lacey asked me a question before, who are the Fab Four and why have I picked them? So the Fab Four are the 3 Aussies and Dave Evans, who's an Englishman. This is his first season on the PDC tour, and I just thought it's good to watch some new players coming through and have a look at the struggles that they have. If you've been following us on the darts place and with Damo and the Fab Four, I think it's only twice. Now, if David's listening, correct me, mate, but I think it's only twice that you've gone past through the first round in the 5 series. It could be 3 times. And to give you some idea, in his earnings, it's £1,000. So there's not a huge amount of money outside of getting into the different levels on the Pro Tour. So I think it's roughly 10K that's on offer. Well, they're £75,000 over a weekend, and I think it's 10,000 to the winner each day. I think that's right, but could be a little bit wrong. And then it just trickles down. I think if you get past the first round, you get about £500, and that's why I'm thinking Dave's done 3. So, but to give you some idea, a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago now, David played Damon Hedder. I think it was on a floor tournament, and then Damon beat him 6-0. And it was a bloodbath for David that day. And then in the next tournament, which was the UK Open, David played Damon again and beat Damon 6-1. So Dave can play as good a darts as any, and the same with Gigi or Gordon Mathers, as you see down there, ranked in 94. If those guys get going, they will get enough to sustain their time on the PDC Tour. So they've got 2 years to do it, and I think they can do it. So hopefully while we're still going, the draw comes out. But the next part is my second most favourite is sports, and that's AFL. I've got the NRL in there, but the AFL, I'll talk a fair bit about the Suns and Hawthorn. They're my 2 favourite teams. But yeah, good wins to the Suns and also Sydney Swans, who beat West Coast Eagles by 92 points. But the Suns showed some form. Cats hang in there. GWS are up and down. The Lions are going strong. Blues are doing well. Port's doing well. Swans and the Doggies are doing well. And I think I've left out Melbourne. Oh, no, they lost. And then in the NRL, I can't believe the NRL at the moment as well, with some of the scores, some of the footy scores that are coming up on there. But, yeah, that's the AFL. I'll get into a little bit more into that when we go to the fuller shows. And I'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. There's a few things in there. And the other thing that we'll also do is anything topical that comes up in sport. So, for instance, I'll share my thoughts on the Olympics and with I can't remember the New Zealand girl's name that's now in the women's weightlifting that's transgender. But my thoughts are there that don't berate her for sticking to the rules, and that's what she's done. We all have our thoughts whether it's ethically right for a transgender male to go to the women's sports, especially a power sport. But so I'll do that in the next Monday show. Yes, on the Storm, they're playing exceptionally well as well. It's good to see Munster go back to 5/8 and play like a champion. So that's the AFL wrap, and that'll be Mondays, because normally I'll do most of the darts. We'll go more into that. But I can't see at this point in time after this week's game, if you're an AFL follower, and you can nab me now. We'll replay this show. Don't you worry. We will do it at the end of the AFL season. But I can't see Richmond and the Eagles making the 8. So there's 2 teams that are going to go in. One of them will be GWS, which are now in. And I think the other one will be Fremantle. So there you go. There's a little bit of a take. And I'll shout it early on. It's either Pontempelli or Petrarca for the Brownlow medal. So if you'd like a bit of a punt, there we go. So we're getting closer, and I've just got to have a double check. Sometimes they do it early. Still no draw as yet. Now, the good thing about this system that I use is that I've got to mute this microphone for a minute. I've got to put something up because I'll be back in a sec. So I'm back. So we all good to do what you all come here to have a watch of. And let me just pull this up. Okie dokie. So, as you can see, there is a whole heap of names sitting on there. So these are all the people that have subscribed on the Dartspace site, and that they've all subscribed and gone through that little process. There's a couple there that I know that have sort of missed the second part of subscribing, but that's okay. So let me go up to here. Now, what I got to do, I got to hit this shuffle button. Can you all see the shuffle button? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. So you can all see I got to hit this shuffle button 3 times to mix the names up. So there's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. So here we go. So now I click on here. So who's won the RVB? Oh, that's Jonesy. G. Jones. He has won the RVBs. Now, mate, are you on here? Someone get him on here. Because there we go. So, welcome back. And we can do this. Watch this. I can do this. I can do this. And so we hit this and we hit that banner. And bingo, there we go, we've got the winner up. So for the people that have been on the show, I know some of you might, I know Dom might drop off because he's got the sooks now because he hasn't won the bloody darts. So I thought he might do that. But what I will do tonight, because I've got a fair bit of work on, I haven't been able to work for a few days. So I'll be coming back on here when the darts are starting up, and we'll watch the first round. And the only other thing I did tap on it a little bit, but we'll go through it. And this is quite significant in golf. So there was actually 4 tours playing. One was the college in America. There was the Ladies European Tour, the Men's European Tour, and the PGA. And Australia's won on all 4 of them. So Cam Davis, if you don't know who Cam is, he's a Australian Open winner. He's been pretty consistent on the PGA Tour. And as you can see, he's won 1.7 million Australian. Steph is an up-and-coming, met with her at the Athena tournament down on Tweed. Lovely girl. That's her second win. She gets 47,000 Australian for her win. Lucas Herbert, always thereabouts in Europe. He's won that's his first, I'm pretty sure. He gets 765,000 Australian for winning. Now, the only thing I arc up about, now, the LET, or the Ladies European Tour, is around about the same standard of golf as the European Tours. So the ladies will drop back, all the English girls and everything, and play that tour. And have a look at that, 47,000 for winning compared to Lucas Herbert, who's on the European Tour, wins 765,000. And then you have a look at Cam Davis. He wins 1.7, and it's less than $1 million for the girls over on the LPGA. So there's still some discrepancies there. I'd like to see that actually change one day to be more like the tennis, especially with the majors. But yeah, so that's going to be that show. Juanita, have they got the draw up yet? Because I don't think they have. They've also changed the website for it. It looks a bit different now. So, hang on, just going to refresh it now. Forgot my password. I'll go and check it later on. Hang on, I'll jump back on here and see if we need no. Okay, so what I'll do, thanks for being part of the first show. I will do another show this week around about the same time. I'm pretty sure on Friday, if the body holds up, which it tends to do. I'll relax during the day. Any feedback would be good of the quality, sound and all of that kind of stuff. That'd be great. And if you would like anything, excuse me, to try for you, test or give an opinion on in relation to darts, you know where to get me on Facebook and all of that. So, the more you interact, the better the shows are. And as we get down the track, I've got a couple of real good punters on here that love their darts. Juanita over in Perth, and Brucey, the Bull Hutchinson here. We'd love to get you on the shows and have a chat when some of the tournaments are on, especially the match play, and give your thoughts and, just make the show a little bit more interactive. So if you'd like to do that, give me a thumbs up. Even you, Dom, if you want to jump on. I know you've got a good head for radio just like me, but yeah, so this is the show. It'll expand a little bit more. The more I get my head around using all of this stuff. We got one more camera to come, which will be the main camera. The beauty of the phone, I'll show you what I can do with the phone. So I can actually pick this up. So you use your iPhone with a thing called iRuin, which is an app, and it turns your phone into a live streaming device. And then I use another bit of software that does all the bits and pieces. But what I can actually do, and you probably won't hear me because of the microphone. So I can walk around. So I can walk around and actually, there's all me hats and bits and pieces over there. So I can actually walk around and do things, but when I get the other camera, I'll be able to switch over to the dartboard and show you the shot dart, why I like it so much. It has no wire. Well, it has wires, but they're hidden. So once again, thank you everybody for giving me half an hour of your time. Thank you for the thumbs up, appreciate it. If you can do the same on YouTube, if you zip over to YouTube, this live will be on the Darts Place. So if you like it, and give a comment, it's always appreciated. YouTube likes that, and especially if you're new. The more you like, the more it gets recognised and the more it gets shared. So once again, thank you for your time, as I said, and thank you for being part of what will be We Just Love Sports. Now, here's another thumbs up before we go. Are you guys comfortable if I switch it across to We Just Love Sports so we can make it a bit more generic and it makes sense to what we're doing? Just a quick one. There's 3 of you there with 3 likes, which is good. Thank you, Juanita, for the comments. And I'm sure I'll catch you between now and the next show on Facebook. If you can share us, if you're in the group, I think you can share it. So if you can share it with a few of the friends. What I'm trying to do there is just make it the people that follow me. I know I'm going to try to get in contact with Bill Hunter and see what we can do to help each other in the sense of what we can cross-promote and what sort of crosses over, but I want to be look after Bill as well. And there's a couple of others. We'll see what we can do. But just a little heads up. I've just had a tweet from Damon. He's psyched for today and he's psyched for the tournament. One of the beauties with Damon is that he's already qualified for the match play, because technically when they take out all of the, your Peter Wrights, Michael Van Geurens and all of that, he's actually ranked 2 on the Pro Tour behind Devin Peterson. So he's definitely going. So it'll be good to see that if he can settle down and throw with no restrictions, because all he has to do is just keep on throwing. And I think he may relax a bit. And because he knows he's going, there's 4 tournaments. He's on, let me just switch over and I'll tell you what he's on. He's actually ranked equal 11th overall, but second when you get all the players. He's on £45,500. So he's comfortably in there. And we just, I think match plays go to suit him more than I just think match plays go to suit him. He can, because he fights back so hard. So there we go. There's my thoughts. My tips for I'll give it to you on Monday week's show. And think about who you think may win. I want an outsider and a short price favourite tip from your for the match play. The match play is the 5th, I think it starts the 15th, but I'll confirm all of that and on the next show. But once again, really, really appreciate the people that have popped over and watched the show, and thanks for all your comments and your chat and all your comments. And the only other thing I will say, and I should have said this at the start, keep your comments nice, because I've tagged this on YouTube as not for children, but kids can still see it. But all the people that I know that will get on here are pretty level-headed. When we start talking about more to do with matches, like we will with the Super Series, when you give your opinion on matches, keep them nice. We believe in enough is enough to do with bullying and not nice behaviour on social media. So there we go. So once again, thank you very much for your participation. If you're a darts player, happy tossing over the week. If you're an AFL, hope your team goes well. Or NRL, hope your team goes well. And if you love your golf, don't lick your balls on the green. It's embarrassing.